So what year were you a dancer?
I was a dancer 54, 55, so it was my senior year. I was a dancer starting that fall.
And where was your favorite performance or one of your biggest performances?
I think that the Milwaukee Folk Fair was probably the biggest one that we did that year. We were also at the Student Union in Madison. In the high schools, I remember going to Monroe. I can't remember some of the other ones. But the other thing that I remember was Miss Reek always wanted to make sure that the audience knew that the boys were athletes. You know, that these boys played football, these boys played basketball, you know, that kind of thing. The Milwaukee Folk Fair, we had Scottish bagpipers, and that was something that the Norwegians had never seen before. So that was interesting. But it was just a fun thing. And going into practice early in the morning, we were at the gym. Downstairs on that first basement level, that first room at the bottom of the steps, that's where we did our practice. And I think that's true that Miss Reek didn't dance, but she surely could direct us and tell us what to do, though. So
I understand it wasn't a solid dance. There were times you could get up in between dances.
Right. We didn't have enough dances to fill out the time, so those of us who were in forensics would give our little speeches, but they were all about Norway or about something Norwegian, and we would speak with our Norwegian accents. Yeah, Val, yeah, that's the advice kind of thing.
These are three of some of the originals, so there you go. Okay.
So, what's your favorite memory of your time as a dancer?
Oh wow, there were just lots of good times, good friends, lots of fun together. Being the trailblazers and starting a new tradition in the Stoughton area, it was great.
And what about you? What's your favorite memory of being a dancer?
Well, I guess I felt very important when we were invited to dance on black and white TV.
And what?
Black and white TV.
Oh yeah.
We went, first of all, our first TV experience was in Milwaukee. I think that was WTMJ at the time. And the next one was in Madison. Is that WKOW? No, whatever that was. And the other not so favorite times would be that when we get to the TV station and they wanted to interview somebody, and Miss Reek would go, Maya, you go talk to her. You go talk to her. She was not extremely outgoing, but she was a wonderful organizer. And I guess the favorite thing is that for our wedding, Miss Reek gave us a lovely tray. I use that often. And it brings back the fond memories of all she was to us and all we became because of her. And the other is when we'd hop in her little slant back yellow Chevy and we'd take off, we were just piled in there. Of course, we didn't have seatbelts.
In Miss Reek's car?
In Miss Reek's car, right, Mary Lou? Yeah,
Correct.
Miss Huff's. Your friend Miss Huff was the other pilot.
Now, how many girls tried out and how many boys tried out in the years that you were dancers?
We didn't have
We didn't
tryouts.
try
We didn't have tryouts.
Just showed up and...
We were, I guess, appointed.
We were chosen.
We were the chosen few.
Chosen.
Chosen few.
Yep. Miss Reek
She just
gave
came
the
and
command and said, Maya, do you know some guys who dance? Can you put together a group to dance for the physical education demonstration? And that's how the whole thing started. We were at the physical education demonstration.
See, I did have 6 couples down for the first group.
Yeah, but that may not have been at the start.
At the very start.
That could have been.
And those were the dances that we did.
What were the...
The Rhinelander and the Varsovien.
And the Norwegian Mountain March.
And the
Flyer? Varsovien, that was one with the threes. And then we did the ones with the flags or the scarves. But we really enhanced them. I think our best dances were our polkas.
Yeah, that was the fill-in, right?
and the shotters.
And the shotters, those were our fill-ins.
But in those days, in physical education, everybody learned how to polka, and everybody learned how to shottish. Remember, that was part of physical education, was the dance.
So she was teaching that as part of her Phi Ed
That was part of Phi Ed class.
Well, see, and I,
A correction there. She gave the directions how to do it. She did not dance.
But I've also got down here too that we were asked to ask our current boyfriends to be a partner. And then we were asked to wear Norwegian attire and not the horrible red gym bloomers that we had to wear. And that's how we came up with all these borrowed outfits to wear.
The waitresses at the North Chalet, including Mary Lou, wore these, well, they were thinking they were Norwegian at the time, but it was just a denim fabric. But it had a skirt and an apron
So that's
to
how
it.
the Bunads got started?
That's how,
Yeah.
those were our bunads.
And I brought mine because my mother made mine and she beaded it. I mean, it's out there in the other room. I'll have to show you that too. Yeah, that
In
was. We
1954,
thought everything was hard done, remember?
Yes.
we danced in front of the post office. They helped dedicate the new paved Main Street. Do you remember that?
So 1953 wasn't paved?
No, it was
It was red brick.
It was brick.
Oh, really?
But that was 54.
Yeah.
54.
54,
That's what
yeah.
they said.
And
yeah.
because the clock was still in the tower.
Still over
in
the
City
tower,
Hall,
yeah.
too.
Our first performances were at the physical education demonstration. Then I think that may have been the first Sutton when we danced in the street down by the drugstore. And then we danced at the governor's mansion in Madison. And then we danced at Milwaukee TV and Madison.
Who's the
When
governor?
we went to Beloit.
Do you remember the governor at the time?
Ooh, was it LaFollette? No. No.
Oh, that's kind of cool going to the governor's.
Yes, on the grass we danced.
We went to Beloit High School and Monroe High School, and then the Mendota State Hospital.
The interesting audience, I bet.
Yes, no, we had really good time. We had really good
performances in
people in our group. We were really a closely knit group. I think all but one of the guys played football, and 3 of us were cheerleaders. And other than there was a girlfriend here and there. So that's how our group became organized.